My mom is here right now, and I want to be on my best behavior, so I'm not going to comment on the 43 free throws to our 16. I'm not going to comment on shooting 3 free throws in 43 minutes.
You only got 3 free throws in 43 minutes.
I mean, we've had this conversation, especially playing against them. They draw a lot of fouls. Last year they had some crazy free throw advantage. Tonight's just one of those where it's just not consistent, and that's the most frustrating part.
Murray was boxing him out.
He's giving as good as he gets there, Mike.
Yep.
I don't know.
That's a tough call.
I agree. Steph is doing his job trying to check him out. One of the hardest things to do, check somebody from 15 feet.
I think that's
Why is that not a foul on Anthony Davis?
He'll shoot free throws.
So I don't know what the rules are in this situation. I need a clarification.
The Golden State Warriors were once again robbed of an opportunity. On top of that, the NBA just came out with a report saying that they missed a call on Draymond Green during Steph Curry's go-ahead three-point shot for winning the game. This has been one of the themes of the 2024 NBA season. The Warriors get a double-digit lead late at the end of the third quarter or even deep into the fourth quarter.
James, a huge bucket, and Steve Kerr needs a timeout.
The opposing team comes back from being down 15, 25, or even 30 points into a close game. A battle ensues down to the last seconds, and inevitably, the Warriors end up losing.
De'Aaron Fox with an answer. Down the way, Fox feeling it. And Fox drills a three-pointer. Back-to-back possessions.
But is this because the Warriors choke away the lead, or is there something else at play? Hey, what's happening, everyone? This is Swish Culture. For much of the entire season, the Warriors have been on the losing end of close matchups. Sometimes the team seems disengaged, players seem disgruntled, and coaching seems problematic. With so many different factors impacting the Warriors season, it might seem easier to blame those within the team's sphere. But what if most of this isn't actually due to the players? What if, despite the team record, which currently sits at 19-24, there is an even bigger problem fueling the disparity in wins between the Warriors and the rest of the league? Buckle up, because today's video will detail just that. Why are the Warriors constantly getting robbed night in and night out? Before we get to that though, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Swish Culture for the most analytical and entertaining NBA content on the planet. So without further delay, let's get to it. The Warriors' loss to the Lakers is just the latest in a string of blown leads by the Warriors this season. By January 10th, the Warriors had blown 4 games where they had a lead of 18 points or more, tied with the Spurs, who are the worst team in the Western Conference. Since then, they've had multiple games go down to the wire, losing by just a single point. Digging into the details, however, you see that there is something very specific to the Warriors that was pointed out in the game against the Lakers and couldn't have been more obvious throughout the entirety of the night: the free throw disparity. Now, this has been an ongoing theme for at least the past 2 years, where the Lakers have been awarded a lot more free throws than opposing teams. As a matter of fact, the Lakers lead the statistical category, getting twice as many free throws as compared to their closest opponent. Last season, the Lakers were averaging 5.5 more free throws per 100 possessions than their opponents. This 5.5 more free throw number is crucial, considering 25% of the games that the Lakers won came in games that were decided by 5 points or less. After a game against the Celtics where the refs blew a call that could have allowed the Lakers to come back and win, LeBron threw a tantrum that forced an apology from the referees union. In the 26 games following the referees union issuing a public apology to James, the Lakers had attempted 280 more free throws than their opponents, or 10.6 more free throws per 100 possessions. Overall, the Lakers had more free throw attempts over the course of the entire 2022 to 2023 season as compared to their opponents by a total margin of 476. Meanwhile, the Warriors had the worst free throw attempt margin, a minus 412. What did you think would happen when these two teams faced each other in the playoffs? Now, some might say that the Lakers are shooting less threes than their opponents, so they should be getting more calls. Now let's put aside the asinine assumptions behind this logic. Where do the Lakers rank in three-point shots attempted? According to this logic, the Lakers should have the least amount of attempted threes and slightly over half of three-pointers attempted by the team in second place, right? Statistically speaking, that is where the Lakers should be. However, when we look at this chart showing the number of threes attempted, we see that not only are the Lakers not shooting less threes than every other team, they were tied with the Orlando Magic for the number of three-point attempts, with the Hawks, Pelicans, and Bulls all attempting even less threes. So by this logic, the Bulls then should have the most number of free throws attempted, and the Lakers should probably have a similar number of free throws to the Magic. But as you can see, the Magic didn't shoot anywhere near the number of free throws that the Lakers were shooting, and neither were the Hawks, Pelicans, or the Bulls as compared to their opponents. Now this season, the Pacers have the lowest number of free throws minus opponent free throws. By this logic, the Pacers should have the most threes attempted per game. The Pacers are actually ranked 12th in the number of threes attempted. What this means is that there is no correlation with the number of threes attempted and the number of free throws awarded as a result, and especially when compared to opponent attempts. The other argument you'll commonly hear is driving to the basket. A team driving to the basket more than any other team will get more free throws. This is the logic used when comparing a team like Golden State to the Lakers. If this is true, then the Lakers should have more drives to the basket than any other team. Considering the number of free throws they attempt, it shouldn't even be close. The team with the most number of drives per game last season were the Oklahoma City Thunder with 64. Second and third were the Pacers and then the Knicks. You didn't find the Lakers until you scrolled all the way down to the bottom 10 and ranked 23rd in drives per game. The same team that had more than double the free throw attempts compared to their opponents, the Lakers. So when you see that straw man argument about the Warriors shooting threes meaning they're supposed to get less free throws, take a look at the number of drives per game by each team. This should be more reflective of the number of free throws a team should be getting. And by the way, this season, the Warriors are averaging more drives per game than the Lakers, who are dead last, yet still somehow have more free throw attempts per game than any other team. So we see how the NBA officiating is prioritizing free throws for the Lakers and how it hurts teams like the Warriors. The Lakers clearly have the advantage above other teams. We saw this discrepancy in the 2023 playoffs, and we saw it in the Warriors-Lakers matchup on January 27th. We even saw it in the game against the Kings, where the Warriors were on the second leg of a back-to-back after having won against the Hawks. In the Kings matchup, another game the Warriors lost by 1 point, with 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter and the Warriors up by 1, Huerter launches a three. Murray, Curry, Sabonis, and Wiggins were all under the basket trying to grab the rebound. Murray whacks Wiggins in the face, and Sabonis karate chops Curry and knocks him out of bounds. The referees ruled both the contact to Wiggins and Curry as incidental, and that Curry falling out of bounds meant it would be the Kings' ball. The Kings went on to win 134-133. Notice Mike Brown didn't bring out his laptop during the post-game presser, and after the refs ensured Sabonis ate during the game, Brown made sure Sabonis' wife ate after with dinner plans.
Were you thinking about dinner plans with your wife, with your beautiful wife tonight, at any part during the game?
Definitely not.
The Lakers, on the other hand, finished the game with 43 free throw attempts to the Warriors' 16. In a game decided by 1 point, every single one of these free throws now becomes a difference maker. Take, for instance, this foul call on Looney setting a screen. Despite a rigid, non-moving screen, the refs considered this a foul, stating there was movement, but clearly there wasn't. Now that I think about it, there's been this social media revisionist approach to Steph Curry leading the Warriors to a championship by claiming Steph Curry was only able to score because he had players setting illegal screens.
Picked up here by Harden, shoots over.
Jared Vanderbilt, the benefactor in this case, flopped his way to an incorrect call despite there being this supposed crackdown on flopping. Although I suppose this only matters when it's the Warriors. And it doesn't need to be a flop, just the referee's perception that the player may be trying to get their attention for something that occurred, even when it's not the case. In yet another play, Steph Curry is boxing out Anthony Davis, who elbows Steph Curry in the back of the head, but being unable to use his length to his advantage to grab the ball, throws both hands up in the air for a call because Steph Curry won the jockeying and positioning game they were playing, triggering code red for the officiating crew who signaled the foul against Stephen Curry. Considering how these two teams currently fare when it comes to foul calls, any matchup between these two teams basically has a predictable outcome. The Lakers, despite driving less than any other team, still gets more foul calls than any other team. The Warriors, unfortunately, will continue to be punished for being better finishers. That unwritten rule where refs allow a play to continue if the basket is made, but a foul called if it isn't, is nothing more than an attempt by the official to control the outcome, and in the case of the Warriors, ensure the dynasty comes to an end in order to prevent Steph Curry from ever overtaking LeBron as the greatest player in the post-Michael Jordan era. Let me know if you think the Warriors get a fair whistle, as well as whether or not there's a way forward despite the referees blowing dog whistles for Golden State. Post your thoughts in the comments below, but before that, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on all your notifications so you don't miss any of my latest uploads. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Swish.
Like you shot with 23 free throws in that fourth quarter. What did you?
Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Doug. That's outrageous. What happened tonight? This is completely BS. This is shame. Shame for the referees. Shame for the league to allow this. 23 free throws for them, and we get 2 free throws in the fourth quarter. Like how to play the game. I understand.